Have you ever noticed how the quietest people online are often the most interesting ones in real life? While everyone else is posting selfies, opinions, and updates, there's a small group of people who almost never post anything. No stories, no rants, no look at me moments, just silence. But here's the surprising truth. People who don't post on social media are not boring. They're not insecure, and they're not antisocial. Their silence is a psychological pattern, and it reveals far more about them than you think. Let's break down exactly who they are and what their quiet says about them. Number 1, the misunderstood stereotype. Most people assume that non-posters are simply private or introverted, but the psychology behind this behavior is much deeper. People who rarely or never post online often share specific traits. They think before they speak, they fear being misunderstood, they value real connection over attention, and they're highly sensitive to how their digital footprint shapes their identity. In a world where everyone broadcasts everything, not posting becomes a meaningful choice. It's a personality signal, not an accident. Number 2, the 5 psychological profiles of people who never post. Profile 1, the observer. Observers love social media, but not for attention. They use it to study people, understand trends, watch behavior, and stay informed without participating. These are the people who scroll quietly, see everything, remember everything, but rarely reveal anything. Their mindset? The more I share, the more people think they know me, and I prefer being unknown. Profile 2, the boundary keeper. This group values privacy like it's gold. They don't post because they don't want strangers knowing their habits, they don't want their life judged, and they don't want their memories turning into content. They want their life to belong to them, not the internet. Their psychology? Strong boundaries, low external validation needs, and a deep sense of autonomy. Profile 3, the self-protector. These people grew up in environments where sharing led to criticism, vulnerability led to punishment, or mistakes weren't allowed. So posting online feels dangerous. They think, if I don't share, I can't be attacked. This isn't insecurity. It's emotional intelligence shaped by past experiences. They are often the most empathetic and self-aware. They simply protect their inner world. Profile 4, the deep thinker. Deep thinkers dislike the superficiality of look-at-me culture. They want conversations that are meaningful, thoughtful, and not driven by clout or vanity metrics. To them, posting feels performative, so they choose to express themselves in other ways: journaling, art, real conversations, or private communities. Their silence isn't emptiness, it's depth. Profile 5, the identity conscious. These people are extremely aware that everything online becomes a record. They think long-term. Will this cringe at this in 5 years? Will this affect my job? Does this reflect who I truly am? They post rarely because they fear misrepresenting themselves. Their psychology is tied to self-awareness, identity, and intentional living. They speak only when they truly have something to say. Number 3, why their silence is a sign of emotional maturity. Here's the twist. Research shows that people who post less often have higher self-regulation, lower need for external validation, more stable self-esteem, and better emotional boundaries. They don't need social media to feel seen. They already know who they are. Their identity is internal, not dependent on likes, views, or attention. Number 4, what their behavior says about relationships. People who rarely post are usually loyal, observant, slow to open up, and selective about who enters their inner circle. They prefer deep friendships over wide audiences, real conversations over curated images, and authenticity over display. When they let you in, it means something. Number 5, final message, what we can learn from them. In a world obsessed with sharing everything, the people who share nothing often have the richest inner worlds. Their silence isn't emptiness, it's strength. And maybe, just maybe, we could all learn to value a little more privacy, a little more depth, and a little more quiet.
If you love new knowledge to improve your life, hit subscribe now.